gamers, welcome to a different kind of gamer video. I want to talk about Hollow Knight Silksong, the hot new release that everyone is talking about. I was playing this over the weekend, and I gotta say, I'm not a huge Metroidvania guy. I don't hate the genre, but it's just, if you have me have to remember things in certain areas that I couldn't go to, then 5 hours later, I would get an ability for it. I'd forget it. I'd honestly not even think about the first world that had an area that I couldn't go in or whatever. And then this game also doesn't really have you know clear direction. Like it's not like, oh, go over there, do this. Like it kind of lets you explore. So I kind of was like, I don't know if this is gonna be a game that's gonna uh keep me invested or whatever. But I've been playing it, and it's a lot of fun. I'll just get to the chase. It's a very addictive game. I think the combat feels so smooth and satisfying that it's just fun. Even fighting smaller enemies. Now I have heard some people say that the checkpoints between one checkpoint to some bosses may be too far, and I get that. I mean that's kind of like the issue with a lot of games like this anyway. But still, it is kind of fun to just kind of try to master the combat, and it feels satisfying. I do like how it works. I do like that with each hit you fill up 2 meters. You fill up the meter that can help you heal. You could also fill up another attack meter as well. Basically, like you have a projectile as well. So I do like that that even if you're running low on health or whatever, you can always grind to get a free heal, basically. So I do like that kind of mechanic because it kind of uh it doesn't nerf the difficulty, but it just kind of makes you really engaged more with dodging and hitting. Then you could think okay, if I hit him just a few more times, I can heal, I can do this, whatever. And the trade-off, I think, is that you're completely vulnerable when you do it anyway. So it's a good give and take with that. I do like the environment. I love the creepy atmosphere of it. That's also kind of whimsical, I guess. Uh, I do find the map system to be interesting. Part of me, I feel mixed about it in this case, where I would go to an area where you don't have the map, and I'd start to get a little bit stressed over it. Like I'd be like, oh my god, I don't know where the bench is. There's all these enemies. I really don't want to die here. Then have to figure out. I don't know. It would kind of stress me out a little bit until I find the map, because you have to grind money. But if you die, you lose the money. I mean, you can get it back when you find your lost silk or whatever the fuck. But that is still stressful, because it's I could lose that money completely. There was one run I had insane amount of money. I had what, 200, I think, whatever. I died. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back and get it. As I'm trying to make my way back, I died again, so I lose that money completely. And it's I know that's the game, but I was saving up for for the map and the compass, and it's I now I have nothing. Now I don't have enough for even the map. So I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, it did bother me, but I there were other ways to grind for money anyway. But it was just a bummer. I had all this money saved up for the map, and then I lose it all. It's rather than that, I've been enjoying it. I don't know how far I'm gonna keep playing it. To give a perspective of where I'm at in the game, I just got the ability to use Hornet's dress as a parachute, whatever. So that's cool. I like that mechanic a lot. It's kind of fun. And I fought the boss that you use it with. That big insect that's in the lava area. I don't remember the name of this boss, but I thought I just killed that boss. Uh, I like that boss fight. All the boss fights. I will say I love the boss fights. I think this is the only game I really felt that I was actually learning the patterns. It's oh, I know what this guy's gonna do. Oh, there's a thing on top of this that I can shoot and it will explode, and maybe that's gonna do some damage. And then I did that, and then the boss died. It was so much fun to figure that out. And the boss fights are all unique. I do like that I've been able to like kind of it's been kind of keeping me on my toes. So I'm curious to see where it's gonna go if I'm gonna get filtered at some point or whatever. But as I was playing this, I do remember I did try Hollow Knight years ago. Did not make it any further. I only played like an hour of it, so I didn't do any real progress. I remember liking the combat, but I never really went back to it. So after I did a few hours of Silksong, it's like, you know what? I still own Hollow Knight. I can give it a try. See how that game was. And it's still a good game, but I will say it's these two games do something that I think is really interesting. It's the same franchise, but it's not like, when you get a sequel, you're always thinking like, oh, this is gonna improve what the first game did, or it's gonna add something that's gonna be unique or whatever. And for the most part, Silksong does do that, but it's also very clear that these are two completely different design philosophies. The direction you're going with Hollow Knight versus Silksong is kind of two different directions. Like one's going down, one's going up, basically. But it seems that agility and speed is kind of what they want to do more with Silksong. Hollow Knight's, as far as I feel with this game, it seems more strength and like a little bit slow. Like they do give you a run immediately. Meanwhile, in Silksong, you have to like work your way to get the Predator Dash or whatever they called it. So it does seem that there's very two like distinct changes that they made that make these games feel very different. Like they're not like, oh, Silksong is doing stuff that's fixing the issues of the first game. It's like, no, this is a completely different feel to it. And I kind of feel that's probably why they delayed it a lot and it took forever, because I don't think they wanted this game to like kind of play like Hollow Knight necessarily. Like this definitely does feel like a different game fundamentally. I've seen some people even say that Hollow Knight is like an easier game. Like this seems uh more challenging. And I do kind of see where they're saying like a lot of games do a lot of damage, but I wouldn't say that it's enough for me to be like, fuck this game. Like I'm not getting filtered yet with it. But I'm curious to see how it's gonna get. It's gonna be further on. So I've been liking these two games a lot, but I will say I think I like Silksong a little bit more. Uh, just by when I was playing Hollow Knight immediately, it just felt like the art style was so. I don't want to necessarily dog on the art style because these are kind of different, but Silksong I think has a better art direction to it. I love the art style, the enemy designs way more in Silksong. They're far more interesting and fun to look at. Hollow Knight's not bad. It's just I don't know how to describe it. It just kind of looks like a web-based Flash game. I guess that's. I mean, that's not even fully true, to be honest. Like, it looks better than that, but it just doesn't look as detailed as Silksong. It looks good. I mean, I don't know how to describe it without it sounding like I'm shitting on it because it's not bad. I like that in this one area I was in. You see these worms like come out of the ground, and you see them in the background doing that as well. So I do like that. There's that level of detail. I guess it does kind of come down to I like Hornet's design more than Hollow Knight dude's design. Again, I don't know his name. Sorry. His design is fine. I think it does kind of like symbolize just kind of the tone of Hollow Knight and Silksong very well, because it does look kind of like silly and cute that like it's this little guy with his big head with like a little cape. Like it is kind of like, oh, okay. I just like Hornet's design a little bit more. I think it's a little bit more fun to see uh how they animate her personality in that character. It's interesting to see how much emotion or whatever you can get out of these designs. And I know like a lot of people care more about the gameplay, but it's just you have a good art style, I'm gonna gush about it. Like I really love the direction of Silksong a lot more. Hollow Knight's pretty good too. Again, these games, I wouldn't even say, oh, one is better than the other. Like that's kind of how different these two games are, because I do think that they're going for two different feels. Like I think one, like I saw one video comparing the pogo ability. I've not gotten that ability in Hollow Knight or whatever or used it, because it's like a I think it's like a down attack move where you just kind of like you can go through the spikes that way. And Silksong, it's more diagonal, and I think that's kind of an interesting design choice. It's funny to compare it with there was a small tiny discourse about Bridget's move change in Guilty Gear Strive Season 4. Like they made one of her moves more diagonal instead of um completely horizontal. And I think, or is it for her vertical attack? Whatever. It was more diagonal, which is like a very huge change. And everyone at the time was like, I don't know how this is going to be used or how it's going to be viable. And I kind of feel that I'm seeing similar discourse with a change in Silksong, because it seems that like people are like, yeah, I don't like how this works, but it seems like they made that change for a very specific reason. I think. But again, I think a lot of it is just the momentum that you're doing in Silksong. I think is a very different thing than what they wanted you to do in Hollow Knight. So I think it's asking you to do a lot of things differently. Uh, I saw this one mod. This is a small discourse on Twitter. That a person made a mod that's like, oh, remove the double damage or whatever that the enemies do. And overall, it's like, who cares? Like, okay, if someone wants to nerf the games, so what? Right? I do think that you know I'm not huge on these challenging games like FromSoft. I do like trying them out just to see how far I can get with them. Like I'm always open to it, but I don't really like I go in expecting to drop it. Uh and so far with Silksong, like, I don't mind the challenge. It's not because the challenge so far hasn't been like defeating to me. Like one of my other favorite bosses in Silksong, I think was oh my god, what was her name? It was like I want to say Lance, but I don't think that's her name. Uh, jeez, what was her name? You fight her right after you get like the hunter dash, whatever that you get. Uh, it's like another like bug like hornet almost. Anyways, that was a fun boss fight. I really enjoyed that boss fight. I kept dying, but it was really fun. The other thing I learned about this game, and this is something I realized, and I still haven't mastered it when it comes to any other enemy, because it's always the timing or the spacing that gets me. But uh, I didn't know if you attack, you can clash with the enemy, and I learned that with this one flying bug. This one flying bug you find that does these constant attacks. I was able to like clash with each one, and I was like, this is so cool. That's such a cool like thing to do. Like, and it went from that to like, I should try to figure this out with other enemies. Like I should just see if I could do it. So I've been trying to do it with other enemies, some with like a little bit poor execution, but it was so cool. It's like this is like a cool little thing to learn. So I've been more open to die in this game than any other game. It's I never felt defeated when I lose. I feel defeated when I play like from stuff. One of my go to examples is Sekiro. I like that game. I did pretty decent at it until I fought Lady Butterfly, where I did so good in this one attempt. She was one hit away from dying. I was so close to finishing. This is the second phase too. It wasn't like, oh, whatever. I got her near death. I'm like, okay, I just need a one good parry, and that'll be it. I missed the timing, and I died. And I was like, okay, maybe. And after that, I could never get close. And I was like, fuck this game. Like, it got to the point where I was being petty. I'm like, I'm not playing this game. Fuck this. I had this dumb fight, and I couldn't beat it. After that, fuck that. Like, it was a petty quit, basically. Like that defeated me, like just immediately, and I never really felt like to go back. It was like I don't care. This has not gotten me to that point yet. Maybe it will at some point, but right now this game it kind of I'm gonna say something very cringe. This is the Persona 5 of Metroidvanias for me. Persona 5 got me into JRPGs. To be completely fair, like that was the game that got me in. So when I say that, I'm not saying it for a meme. I do think that Silksong may be the game that gets me to be like, Oh, I get it now. Because as I'm playing this, is like I'm just thinking like, I'm open. I have all these. I have like a decent amount of maps, and I'm able to. I'm like, okay, let's see what's over there. Let's see if I can make it there. And I'm like, you know what? I think I get it. I think I get the enjoyment. It's more of just like the adventure of just finding things out on your own or exploring. So I am kind of getting it, and it's a little bit more fun because see this is the thing. Metroid Dread. I think I talked about this earlier in this video, but Metroid Dread has fun combat. I do like that game, but the Emmy robots kind of just killed it because it wasn't fun to go in these areas where it's like I had to stop my momentum to be like I gotta be careful with when Emmy shows up. I gotta know the timing. If I don't, she's gonna kill me immediately, and like that was just not fun, and I didn't enjoy that aspect of Dread, and that I kind of lost interest to continue. There's no enemy as far as I know that's like that, so I'm more open to explore. The only thing that really kind of annoys me, I guess, is I'm trying to save money up and then I die, and then it's like, okay, I'll just try to make my way back to my silk or whatever the fuck, and then I die again, losing that forever. Like that shit pisses me off. Like there was a time I had enough money for a compass and the map, and I was like, okay, perfect. I just need to find the dude that sells that. That's all I need to do, and I'll be great. I died. I'm like, okay, well, I know where this is. I can go back and get my money and continue. I try to go back. I died again, and then it's like I lost all that money. I have to, and like it. That kind of got me, but it's like I can at least get it from enemies, so it's not a complete lost cause. And it's like, well, whatever, it happens. But it's like, man, that was like that's like the only time I feel like annoyed with it, but it's not enough to get me to stop playing the game. The music's been pretty good. I've been enjoying the music a lot. Uh, but okay, I'm gonna vent about the music situation. So I bought the soundtrack on Steam. Everyone's favorite application, everyone's favorite storefront, Steam. I buy the soundtrack. I hit download. It says it's corrupted. I can't download it. I try quitting the application, reopening the application, whatever. Still would not download it. I got so desperate, I was like, you know what? I'll just go to the dude's Bandcamp and just buy the soundtrack again there. And I did, and I supported this soundtrack 2 times over. And I also bought the game again because, believe it or not, Silksong can play on Apple. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I can play Silksong on my Mac now. Yeah. Uh, People say, Mac got no games. Well, I got games. They got, Silksong, uh, Portal 2, uh, Half-Life, Indivisible. I was about to say Guilty Gear. That's not true. Skullgirls. But anyways, I got the game again because it's like, what, maybe I'll play it on stream. I'll play it on my Mac just for the lulz. But anyways, uh, I got that and it was great. So I've been enjoying this game. It's been a fun game, but also I also have a Steam Deck, so I also could play Silksong on my Steam Deck too. So it's like a double whammy. I got games for my Steam Deck. I got games for my Mac. I got games for everything, baby. Woo! I just need to buy it again for Switch 2. That's what I need to do. That's gonna be the next thing. I'll buy this game so many times. Team Cherry gets all my money. That's how good a game is. You know when a game is good when you have people willing to buy this game 10 times over. But anyways, I've been enjoying Silksong. I enjoy the music. I enjoy the characters. I enjoyed everything about this game. I'm glad I gave it a chance. I when I bought it, I didn't think much about the challenge. After I bought it, I saw people saying, "Yeah, this game's harder than Hollow Knight." I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll see how it goes. I'll see what filters me, what doesn't, whatever." But it's been fun. It's been a fun game. So yeah, I recommend it. Silksong rocks. It was worth the wait so far. Again, I don't know how where I'm gonna drop the game if I drop it, but it's been pretty fun. I do like the map system. At first, I didn't. At first, I was like, I just want the map. But I do kind of think it's kind of fun to try to grind, find the seller who sells the map, and then to buy that. I do kind of like that. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of a fun little mechanic. But yeah, overall, I've been enjoying these two games. I can't wait to see uh where it's gonna take me. But that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.